that out of the way, I'm thinking we can move on to the fun stuff, which is let's take a look at this game. I'm actually really interested to see how you're playing this because you're fast. I remember that from watching your little tech skill thing, your tech skill showcase. You're quick, and I'm really surprised to hear that you're having trouble with some of these playstyles because I would think that you should be equipped to deal with this. But you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at this.
I think there's just like some sort of scrubby gap in my play style, and I think there's like 2 or 3 things that if I identify them and really work on them, I'll probably get much better than I am currently.
I think that I find with players who are coming from a pretty strong technical base, that is often the case. Not always, but often. So let's see what your journey is going to look. Let's take a look at this, and maybe we can get a sense of what your journey is going to look like. I'm going to share my screen in just a moment. And let me know if you can see it.
Yes. Also, just random note, I was kind of messing around looking at the local scene, thinking like, if I ever actually get pretty decent, I might start going out to some of the local tournaments. And there's a strong Sheik player here named Sinbad, and they're kind of very obviously the strongest player in the scene. And there's a very, very technical box Peach named ADMJ, who is also in the local scene, and I came across a VOD of them, and he's like insanely technical compared to me. So it's actually funny that you say that I'm fast and technical, because it feels like even in the world of box Peaches I'm trash.
I mean, you know what? There's always going to be somebody higher than you on the mountain. Never let that stop you from doing your thing and having fun. So I'm noticing some things already. So, what do you think Fox's threat range is? Like, how close do you think you have to be to deal with one of his approaches?
I guess pretty close.
But no, how close can you be to him to deal with one of his approaches?
I guess it depends on what he's approaching with. If it's dare, I guess you actually want to be, you want to be at a kind of like a mid distance.
Okay. Where would that change with his other options?
I guess it kind of feels a little samey between his different options, so I guess it would be sort of the same range.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm noticing here is we have a matter of spacing. Good hit. So you're kind of playing in this far away distance, but what I'm saying is that we just need to play closer to this guy and kind of go for this is a great mix-up. You clearly have an idea on what you're supposed to be doing. There are certain things I would be doing differently, but in terms of your overall, in terms of doing what you want to be doing, this doesn't look anywhere close to the worst Peach I've ever seen or anything like that. I think you're right. There's certain knowledge gaps that we need to address. So let's start with the big one. Let's get to lateral spacing. So, where you want to be versus Fox. You're keeping too much distance at this range, and I'll tell you why. You're not able to really put him into any relevant threat at this zone. All you're doing really is just kind of wait. All you're doing at this distance is really just waiting for him to come in. But if we take a look at Fox's approach zone, how far from his starting point here, how far do you think his dashing short hop aerial goes? We'll say his nair, sure. Let's say he does full forward nair. Full forward.
It probably goes I don't know, a character distance away from Peach. So yeah, I'd keep going a little bit, maybe something like that.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit farther.
Oh, interesting. Because I don't have. So what's interesting to me is I don't actually have him going nearly this far.
Okay.
So I would say and this is why, but this makes sense. So this is why your dash dance is structured kind of around these points, right? And you're giving him so much distance.
Yeah, it always feels like he can approach from any distance and grab or punish me in some way. So I'm just trying to kind of not. I'm basically, I think the fear against Fox is if I approach and I make one mistake, he's going to drill wave shine me for 90% into a grab or an up smash or an up air, because he gets literally a free 1000% punish against the character, it feels.
Yeah. Well, it feels that way, and we can work on how to mitigate that for sure. And I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong for feeling that way, because, like, again, I've played this character, I've played this matchup, not in tournament, but, like, I've played it versus high-level foxes, and it sucks sometimes. Like, you sometimes do get hit for, like, 1,000,000 damage, but you also have pretty good damage mitigation tools. Like, you've got your weight, you've got your good human frame, like, which makes smash DIing out of the up airs and stuff a little bit more lenient. Drills, same thing. Like, and on top of that, you're on box, which, you know, I'm not going to say it does everything for you or anything like that, because that's ridiculous, but it does, I think, make the smash DI easier. So I think that, like, with these factors, we can probably, like, we can maybe play a little bit more bravely. So here's what
my smash DI is a particularly void part of my playstyle. Like, I really don't even think about it at all.
Cool. So that's something that we're definitely going to need to work on. So I'm going to say that this is Fox's approach zone, like from here to here. This is where his aerial goes. If you had to guess where his, like, grab goes, where would you say it goes? Further than here or sooner than here? Like, one dash, jump, cancel, grab. So one frame dash, jump, and slides forward and grabs on the first possible frame that he can.
Okay, then yeah, probably, like, half the distance, right?
About that, yeah. I'd say 2/3, but, like, very close. Like, around here, basically. Remember, it is active for 2 frames, so it goes for, like, here. So
the problem is the fact that he's so fast on the ground, and, like, he doesn't have to just dash for 1 frame, right? So if he dashes for, like, half a second, then it's the whole stage, it feels like.
Yeah, he can. You know what? And I'll concede that. So I would say that he can go to a, like, but there also comes a point where he's just, like, dashing forward at some point, like, just dashing forward, kind of like just for the sake of dashing forward. Like, I wouldn't say he has much more than, like, this kind of area, you know, because he also doesn't want to be doing inefficient grabs. Because the more time he spends dashing, the more times, like, grab does not hit for very long, and it is a relatively slow move compared to the rest of his options, right? Because it comes out on 7-8 as opposed +1 for the jump cancel. So he's hitting on, like, 8-9 as opposed to, like, you know, 7 with his nair, which includes the jump, 1 with shine, 5 with his up tilt. Like,
shine, man.
Yeah. So I would say that, like, the other thing I would kind of call into question is grab really that much of a threat in this matchup, right?
Oh, dude, it feels so strong because grab, up throw, it leads to, like, 3 up airs. I feel the same with Peach as with maybe Marth. It's like that heavier midweight where 1 up throw from Fox feels super fucked.
Gotcha.
Because he's just going to up air you 4 times, and you're going to be at, like, 80% or even die off of it. Like, at 0, you get grabbed and you just die.
Okay. So, okay, cool. So we're learning things. We're learning things about what we want to work on. So I'm thinking SDI needs to be a priority, because
I try sometimes, like, especially with the wave shine stuff. Like, I try, but it's just, like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't... So this speaks to maybe one of the things with Melee where I kind of struggle, which is that I don't have a ton of time for it, and so when I sit down, I'm not usually sitting down to practice and, like, grind out stuff and learn stuff. I'm usually sitting down to play, and so, like, the same gaps kind of, like, lead me to be frustrated.
Once a gap's there, it tends to linger, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, I'm thinking that these are 2 things for defense that we definitely want to make sure that we're incorporating. The other thing I would say is, let's try to, like, if Peach is over here right now, which we're going to represent with this X, let's try to keep Peach's, like, let's try to keep your dash dance, like, closer to this zone. So you're going to be playing in this box more, relative to Fox's distance. And it's okay, remember, your dash attack is crazy, so, like, it's very powerful. It is okay for you to challenge going into, like, his territory with your dash attack. So, let's go into direct. Let's finish this match, and then what I want to do is I want to go into direct, and we're going to practice, like, how some of this will look, and then we're going to unleash you on ranked or unranked. Sound good?
One super quick... Yeah, totally. One super quick thought there. And this is another thing I struggle with really hard is, like, shield play. I feel like I get trapped in shield a lot, and there's a lot of situations where, like, I'm kind of shielding for no reason, and I get on myself about it a lot, but there are situations where, like, I'll shield drop, you know, down to the ground level, and then shield for, like, even though there's literally no threat, and then I'll get grabbed for it because I was just holding shield, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing? But also, like, one thing with the dash attack is, you know, I want a dash attack, but a lot of Foxes just shield it and then shield grab again into the up air chaos.
Gotcha. So then what we're going to do is when we do this dash attack here, which we're going to denote in yellow because you're playing Daisy. So when we advance, we're gonna label this ADV for advance. So under advance, we're gonna give ourselves a three option mix up. So 1, dash attack, because that's like the big one. That's like the haymaker. 2, what do you think if they're shielding? What's another thing we can do that's like very good against that? Grab. Cool. And is there any way that we can split the difference? I mean, we are Peach. We are a pretty good character. Like, we want a hitbox, but like we're not sure we want to like be bad versus shield either. What's something we can do there instead?
I mean, fair is kind of an interesting one because it allows you can kind of fade back to predict an approach, but you can also like fair grab or just fair and then retreat if you hit shield or something. And if you do get a knockdown, you can really fuck them up.
Yeah, so you know what? I like the idea of like floating here for sure. I think that's a good call. Remember, we are trying to attack his shield though, so let's say like float aerial.
Yeah, I was saying float, like fair specifically, forward air.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, but like think about it. If we're moving here into this close quarters range, fair's slowness is going to be a bit of a liability. So okay. I'm not saying that fair can't work. I'm thinking like fair, nair as a decent mix-up, fair, nair, and even up air, like low float up air, because up air is the one that has the best frame advantage while also being fast. So like those are the three that I would say that let's start with, and then like we'll see how they all work together, and if we need to make changes, we make changes.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is going to be our first like official thing that we're working on together. But let's finish this match and see what happens. Oh, yep.
I think this is it right here, because you'll see here he lasers and I kind of go to the side plat, and then I'm like, actually, I don't want to play an 8-minute match where I'm like the only one approaching. I think right here I scuff this edge guard. Oh wait, maybe I get the kill.
Yeah, you got the kill. It's pretty good.
Here we go. Yeah, so he's lasering, and I'm like, okay, what can I do to deal with lasering? I can float here and like try and slow the match down. And then right here, I realized like, oh, I don't want to play this way. Like, it's actually not worth playing.
So if he's giving you all this, honestly, like, so we were talking about overshoots, undershoots, and whiff punishes. What do you think Peach's turnip is?
I guess all three.
I mean, it can be. So anything can be a whiff punish, because a whiff punish is just going second. But like undershoot or overshoot, like which one do you think it'd be? Do you think it's both?
I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd probably go overshoot.
I would agree with that. But it is also an undershoot. So that was a trick question. You were right with your original thing about all three. And I'm sorry for playing such a dirty trick on you. But the reason I'm bringing this up is, so if he's throwing these turnip, like if he's just shooting lasers at us, we don't necessarily, like, I think that turnips are not good in this matchup because he's capable of rushing us down while we have them, and he has like tools of dealing with them, like his nair cleaving through it, his shine, his power shield, his solid like catch frames and such. But at the same time, it is a way that we can compete with him in terms of like this distance game. Because like if we toss this turnip here, like if we were imagine we were facing forward, we toss this turnip here, it bonks his head. We can then like drop, like if we're not floating, we can then drop like fast fall, drop our float, get into about this position, threaten him with our fair. Like, we have a lot of, like, zoning power off of this item because it presents an immediate threat that kind of, like, attacks at a curve. And if it locks the opponent down into playing with us, that's not bad. So I would keep turnips as an option open for dealing with this kind of situation. Would I lean on them as like a primary strategy, and are they good at zero? Probably not. But like, even when you watch if you watch like Laud, how Laud and Triff deal with like Aklo, for example, who's, you know, infamous laser camper. A lot of times on stages like Pokemon Stadium, they will start pulling more turnips, especially when he's over like 80 and the turnip knocks him down, because it just allows them like more range to like get the openings, the kinds of openings they need to put him away. And if they know
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think it may not be a good strat, but I think, you know, just thinking about it and looking at this scenario as an example, I think turnip is something I tend to do when Fox is coming. Anyone fast that I feel is like gonna get invincibility from respawning and then it's gonna just like fucking run me down, I usually try and get the turnip so that I can like just create some space for myself. So I'll usually double jump or float and just kind of wait for, you know, invincibility to be down, and then I'll use the turnip as like a way to try and get back down.
Gotcha. Yeah. But turnip, and then what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get at is, turnips can be so much more than that. Like, turnips are an amazing...
For sure.
Turnips are like you said it yourself, like, turnips are a top 3 projectile. Like, they're incredibly good. Like,
Oh, I'm a bit of a turnip camper. I'll be honest with you. Like, there are some matchups, like, against Doc on ranked, like, I'm pulling turnips all day.
Perfect. So with that in mind, let's teach you a little bit about DI. So I've given you my connect code. Give me no, I actually put that in wrong. I cannot type. It's supposed to be LUIG. And then I just need yours. Okay, perfect. Let's do this, and I will be Foxes for the purpose of this demonstration. Because we're going to teach you how to DI out of some of these combos, so that you have a little bit more of a health bar to work with when you're fighting this hairy character.
Yeah, he's an asshole, man.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I really hate him with a passion. That's another thing I'm working on too. Is like looking at all melee players as human beings that like are just as valid as I am. I know that sounds really dumb, but like not like actually hating people just because they're a fucking laser camper.
Honestly, that's a very healthy mindset. So this is a good thing. So I'm searching.
It's a healthy mindset, but from a perspective of like, yeah, I gotta stop. Oh, yeah, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, probably had L-U-G-I or something.
Yeah, you trolled me.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, so the thing about Fox's up throw up air is it doesn't actually combo on Peach if you DI to either side on the up throw. So the best thing you can do is hold the DI input. So what you're gonna do is come down here, taunt, and then hold to side.
Just like straight up left or right?
Yep. Oh wait, I messed that up. So let's try that again.
Okay, so I'm taunting?
Taunting, then hold left, right. So on that one, what I want you to do is, when you get out of it, try to like nair or like double jump air dodge. Just try to do anything.
So like after I get out of the throw or after I get hit by the up air?
After you get out of the throw. Between the throw and the up air.
Okay, so I'm gonna go left.
Yeah,
Sorry.
See? You got
like that?
Yeah, you got something out. So
okay.
I still got the up air to trade because of how I aligned my body, but you can see there's a gap for you to be able to work with. Try like double jumping and then air dodge and immediately air dodging. Or shaking and air dodging. Okay, so that one will need to get a little bit faster. Do you know how to follow DI trajectories?
When you say follow them, what do you mean?
Do you know when somebody has gotten out of stun?
Yeah, for sure. I think I have a really good sense of that.
Cool. So with that one, try yeah. So just okay. There you go. Yeah. That's the timing. So we need to just go a little.
You have to like mash a little bit, right?
Whatever makes it easy. Yeah.
I just meant like to get out of, I guess, tumble potentially.
You don't have to mash. You just have to like tap a side input, like a directional input on the frame that you get out of, like on the frame or out on the frame after you get out of stun.
Okay.
But I saw your character like recover out of tumble there, so I know you got that part. Try to do them to kind of like together. Yeah.
I'm accidentally getting the smash DI there.
Do you want to try the smash DI input?
Oh, we can.
Cool. So, you're on box, right?
Yes.
Just do up. No, I would do up and one side. Like, so whatever side Fox is facing, like, is the side where his, so his up air comes out in, like, behind him and then in front of him, basically. Like, that's the way his, like, shoes are shaped, like his up air hitbox is shaped. Whatever way he's facing, it's behind and then forward. Like, behind and then forward. So, like, here, it would be, like, around, just above where his tail... Actually, yeah, using the boxes on the screen, it would kind of hit, like, where the box that your character's head is in, Like, it would hit, like, that side, and then the one where your character... No, then the one where Fox is
The
left.
middle.
Yeah, exactly. So it hit in that order. So what you're really trying to do is you're trying to get above... Using the first one, where you are, you're trying to get, like, kind of above or around where, like, the second one hits. So you're trying to move to, like, one of the... You're trying to move to one of the one of the left side boxes. Like, any of the left side boxes, like the ones in the 1 and 2 column, or the one above, any of the ones in the 1 and 2 column, including the upper ones. So I would do up in anything, like, up in the way I'm facing. There you go.
Wow.
You got it.
I don't think I got the up input though.
Yeah, that's okay. You only need one of them.
That's wild. Holy shit.
Like, and you missed it there, but, like, that feels good to not die to that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I get that, like, it's kind of RNG up to now because I go for that, but, like, I didn't have any, like, actual strategy. So it's just, like, hit a direction.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then because the combo window is tight, you see, like, sometimes by doing the up, you sometimes just double jump out of it.
Yeah.
Now, this can backfire. Like, there are parts, like, some foxes will overshoot the up air and try to, like, hit your double jump. And in that case, you know, you have to adjust a little bit. But this way you have a bit of a structure to how you fight, how you deal with this thing, instead of it just being like, I got thrown, I'm dead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's super interesting. I think, especially, I think the biggest gap here is that I don't try to smash GI the up airs when they're combos. Like, it seems like I'm only thinking about it when I'm at death percent and I feel like it's gonna kill. That's kind of when that kicks in.
Yeah.
So I think maybe doing this out of even the first one will be good for me.
Yeah. So like, let's kind of make a process. So like, how are some ways that we can know when Fox is coming in with his up throw? Like, it's not like he just like I guess he does grab you and then up throw you, but a lot of times it's off of stuff like this.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think most of the time when I get grabbed by Fox is when I'm like throwing out a some sort of move. It's usually a whiff punish.
Nice,
I don't think a lot of Foxes actually combo into it, at least not at the level that I'm at. They typically just like wait for you to do something and then raw grab as a whiff punish.
On that note, let's practice this spacing. So like, the reason I'm saying that, like, we want to be closer, like, if we want to be about the Pokeball apart, like, if we're at the edge, if we're at other opposite ends of the Pokeball here, this is about the distance. So come forward a bit, like, exactly to where the black line on the Pokeball is. Yep, I would say that even this is, like, slightly far. I'd say this is kind of the magic zone because, like, you can dash dance out of the way easily of my approaching aerials like that, and then counter hit, and then if you
Interesting.
Yeah. See? Like, it's not that far. And then you can, like, yeah, you can dash attack. You can go for combo. Like, it's really getting... That spacing is so important with Peach, because that's really, like, your starting point. Because, like, when you move closer through that spacing, that's when you're, like, deciding to approach. But if Fox is not moving... Like, you can... By having that spacing, you can deal with Fox's approaches as they come up. And if he's, like, pulling away, you can then just move forward to maintain that spacing. Or choose to, like, use an aerial, because you've kind of earned that, because he's giving you more room.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool. So, are we ready to unleash you upon unranked? Or do you think you need a bit more prep time?
No, I mean, I'm down.
Cool. Then show me some of the things that you have learned. I'm going to give you my spectator code. And out of curiosity, just so for my own knowledge, how do you find this is going?
I think this is awesome. Yeah, we're going till 2:05, I guess.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna. Well, 2:06. Like, I'm not gonna chintz you the minutes. You paid me.
Oh no, I'm not too worried about that. I was just making sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I've given you my code.
I don't know how to use that code.
That's totally fine. I'll walk you through it. So you've got the game open right now. Like the game, the character select screen and stuff is on it. Or did you close that?
I have Melee open. I also have Slippy open.
Perfect. Let's go to Slippy. We're going to go to the third tab next to play, which will be Spectate. Yep. Share your gameplay.
Start broadcast.
There
Spectator
you go.
ID. There we go.
Yep.
Paste. Oh, cool. All right.
And I'm just going to configure the playback because I turned it into slow-mo.
That's actually sick. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'll probably just do unranked, I guess, or... Do you have a preference?
I would say whatever you're comfortable with.
If I was equally comfortable with both, would you have a preference?
So Slippy is being a little dumb for me, so just let me try to like relaunch the playback one more time, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to like relaunch it, and we'll have to reset that up. So give me one quick second, because it's just being dumb.
No worries.
Yeah. I would say that unranked tends to be good for like implementing new ideas and concepts, because there's less pressure, but on the other hand, if you're trying to like learn how to play under pressure, then that can make a ranked good. So it really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. What is important to you right now? Do you want a safer environment to practice in, or do you want to challenge yourself to do this under pressure?
Yeah, I think ranked probably makes more sense.
Perfect. If that's what you want to do, then let's do that. And if it doesn't work, then all we've done is one set. My policy is always like, let's try it, and then like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Are we good to go, or?
I can't. I won't be able to see until you're actually in the match, but we are good to go.
Okay, cool. All right. Queued up.
Perfect.
Might take a minute to find a match.
Tell me what character we're fighting when that comes up.
Will do. Now, I definitely appreciate your style as well. I feel like from the first conversation we had, I was like, "Oh man, this was a good choice."
Oh really? What makes you say that?
It's a fox, and I think. Okay, actually, let me think real quick. So I'm gonna ban Yoshi's.
Sounds like a plan.
Pokemon Stadium and FD, or I'm sorry, Battlefield. So I'm gonna go for Battlefield.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I am in match. Hopefully you can see.
Yep, I can see it.
I'm trying to get in that range more.
Yep.
Although he's not typically on the ground.
Yeah, so if he's not playing on the ground, then
he's rolling away.
We're gonna have to like, if he's. But the thing is, even when we're in the in that range, if we're between him and center stage, you see how we still have stage control, right?
Up air, weak back air. Never mind.
Oh no, we strong back aired instead and put him off stage. Whatever shall we do? No, this looks. How does this feel compared to how this matchup normally feels, though?
Much better.
What do you like about it? Like, what's something that stands out to you?
Mentality. I feel like I don't care about like the outcome. I'm just doing my best.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I feel like that's not really what you were looking for, but it also feels like I kind of have some sort of game plan.
Screw what I'm looking for. Like,
he's getting lazy, so I'm gonna just down smash.
Screw what I'm looking for. That's not what we're here for. We're here for what you're looking for. You're the paying client.
Up air.
I take a very, very simple approach to stuff like this, so if I sound a little crass, maybe, but
no, you're all good.
Let's go. He's shielding a lot. Let's make sure that we use our grabs too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's Omega dead. So, for in-between stocks, do you want to know how to like deal with respawn invincibility really effectively?
Yes, maybe after.
Sure. Nice.
There we go.
Easy clap.
That's my signature. That's like what I always want. Down smash. Yeah, he's just getting lazy.
Let's not try to like explain our opponent's moves based on things like lazy. Let's just focus on what they're doing, because it doesn't really add anything to like give us like the, they're lazy, they're bad. You know what I mean?
I didn't mean it in a negative way. I meant like basically it's giving me free openings for things like down smash, and I can be a little bit more aggressive with my options on shield or something, because I know he's not gonna like infinitely perfect wave shine out of it.
So let's just describe his play as it's not very tight.
Yeah.
Because that's actually what it is. We don't need to like tell him, like we don't need to like make an attribution, We can just be like, it's tight. It's not tight. There are holes.
Gonna come down with a fair.
Love it. Oh, we want to grab after that one, yeah. Good idea.
Holy shit, I actually did it.
Yeah!
I got the up air DI.
You didn't die! I bet that feels much better than dying.
Nair.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
This is like... You have no business being at whatever rank this is.
Yeah. I feel that way too, and actually there's something about that I want to talk about later as well, because I feel like there's something interesting there. It could be a mentality thing, could not, but... Alright, let me focus up.
Yeah, lock in.
Alright, I need to play that range again.
Yeah. Good catch. We're like flailing a little bit when we get on the ground. Remember, we don't have to act. We can just get back into that range. We can wave dash back and stuff to do it too. Because if he's trying to come forward, we can move back too.
Yeah. That roll was bad.
This guy's cleaned up a lot.
That was misinput.
That's okay. So he got us on a whiff punish. That's okay. It's all good.
Blue hexagon.
Let's take a deep breath and acknowledge that we're probably a little annoyed by that, and then move on with our day.
No, what I'm doing.
If you're gonna go for that vertical kill, you just up smash him after the up throw. Like if he doesn't DI away, then you can do that.
Okay. Oh fuck. I tried.
You did try. I could hear the buttons. That's okay.
I think there's some inputs that I'm not doing super well there that I can clean up as well.
Absolutely.
Honestly, don't know where to go because I don't want to get killed early on Yoshi's. I also don't want him to run away forever on Dreamland. So probably FOD.
Yeah, I'd say FOD makes a lot of sense. Remember to use your crouch cancel, especially if you're in like a kind of weird position and you're not sure what to do. It's okay to just crouch.
That was a missed input.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Let's just take a breath. Focus on the, like, take a breath. Just lock in. Don't have to, like, think about anything. Nice. Nice, okay.
Fuck.
It's okay.
That was just supposed to be a wave dash.
Yep, I know. Don't worry. The more we the more we it's okay if you need to acknowledge a feeling, but like, yeah, the more we think about it, the worse we're gonna be. When he's walling on the ground like that with his up tilt, remember, up tilt's an anti-air. We don't need to like go into the air to like deal with him. We can't just grab him and dash attack him and stuff like that.
Gonna get an air? Yep. Just grab the ledge, you dumb motherfucker.
No, we don't talk about our play like that. It's just...
Okay, that was nice. They get hexagoned hard. That was almost the turnaround I needed. All right.
You've made up a lot of ground. Like, from a 1-stock lead, and you've made up, like, 77 separates you. You got this.
Back here? Oh, okay.
Alright. Not bad, not bad. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck!
No, it's not over yet.
Got him! Nope.
Oh, you had that. Yep. Still, well fought, well fought. How are you feeling about another one?
I could do another one. I don't know if we have time.
Well, we'll make time. How are you feeling though about that set? Like, talk to me. What are your thoughts about, like, upon exiting that?
I think I actually did decent. I'm not too upset about it. I think it definitely felt like it was my set to lose, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I should have, air quotes, won that set. I think something that I found really interesting was I was really presently aware of that sort of threat range that we talked about in terms of like where I want to be, but it kind of fell apart because he was doing a lot of platform camping, and I was like, it's hard to know how that kind of translates, I guess, at least currently. So I kind of feel like I lost that as the set went on.
Sure. So let's talk about platform camping. There's kind of a few ways to deal with platform camping in general. I am reasonably sure that Peach can hit the top platform of Yoshi's and Fountain of Dreams with, like, full hop something. I think it's full hop, like full hop up air if you do it perfectly, or full hop float and then up air, full hop float and arrow. It's something like that. She can technically hit it. So that's the first thing I want to establish. She can't do it on Dreamland and Battlefield. I know that. So what other tools do you have for catching somebody who's going to top platform?
Turnips.
Turnips?
Up B, maybe. I don't know, in a weird world.
No, actually. Like, yeah, you can up B. Like, up B is a giant disjointed hitbox that hits above you and launches people. Like, why would that not count?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it counts. I think it just depends maybe on how you use it. Some sort of crazy, like, up B, like, edge cancel shenanigans would be neat.
Honestly, the real thing is you just want to, like, time it so that you auto-cancel the up B when you land on the platform. So,
okay.
That's really it. It's just a spacing thing. But
I'll have to practice it.
Yeah, for sure. But, like, it's pure spacing. The other thing I would say is that, so when he's moving from top to side platform, I think your back air and it's good to have to be facing away from him, because your back air and the top part of your nair, like where her hand hits like above and behind her, those are very good tools for knocking him away and covering that space. So a lot of times,
Sorry, what was the second one? Bear and what?
Nair. Like the
okay.
But when you're facing, like with your back to the fox, because if
there's like a above her, behind sort of hitbox.
Exactly. So you're using back air's range and Nair's like extended hitbox in that spot to like contest them, because it's slightly disjointed.
Do you still want me to run another one?
Absolutely. That the focus here is we're gonna try to control center stage if they do that platform shit. Except we're then also going to put our nairs and back airs in good spots as they're doing their platforming.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Also with edge guarding, it's okay to just like full hop the back air or full hop the nair sometimes, or like nair.
Yeah, I really got to clean my edge guards up. I'm doing there's a lot of situations in that set in particular where it was like, okay, he's dead, but then he wasn't because I just didn't edge guard him.
That's okay. We're still in the learning process. So what I'd suggest there is, don't think too hard on it, because I know that like you clearly are a thinker. take a deep. When you notice yourself getting too wrapped up on focusing on things, or like thinking about like what you should be doing, take a deep breath. Trust yourself to know, or like figure it out, and then just lock in.
Yeah.
Because it's all about trust.
No, I'm totally not an overthinker. I feel seen. Okay, looks like we've got a Falcon. I actually feel really confident about this matchup. I'm still gonna get rid of Yoshi's.
Yep.
Basically, with these rushdown characters, I typically just like to take them to a stage where like I'm not gonna die instantly, but also they can't run away for the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Like a middle ground, like Battlefield, something like that. Yep.
Yeah, and we did strike to Battlefield.
Perfect.
I'm not sure what this guy's doing.
Well, that's his problem.
Well, I guess
we will get some free elo. Oh, he's back, I guess. Oh, so when you're on those platforms and they're in the corners of them, it's okay to just down smash them and like suck them into the dress. Because remember, it's like a very powerful, like, rapid hitting multi-hit that does like tons of damage. Nice. Good heights. Try to, like, when they're in their free fall, just try to try to nair underneath them. Like, just, like, full hop or short hop nair, like, where they're going.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Tried to catch a jump there.
Yeah. But you pulled back, so it was good.
Damn. It was bad DI, actually.
Down smash? In that spot?
Oh, yeah.
Because either you eat his shield and break it, or you do like 15 damage and send him somewhere. Grab. We want to remember to grab, like as part of our pressure.
True.
Especially if we've got him like holding block because he's like, oh god, he's gonna down smash and jab and like attack my shield. Or like, yes I will, until it's no longer convenient to do so. Try to do the grab after the first jab or after the aerial itself. One of the two. So it's like aerial jab, grab, or aerial grab. It's also okay to just aerial down smash his shield if you're like land deep on it. Nice snare out. So what do we ban against this gentleman?
What's that?
What do we...
probably I'm sorry, Dreamland, or actually maybe Yoshi's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to die at 0% to a knee.
I'll
do Yoshi's.
Yeah. I always get rid
Sorry,
of...
I was running out of time there.
No, it's all good. I usually get rid of Pokemon against Falcon. Just like blanket. I think it's
that makes sense.
I think it's his best stage. Like it's long, low ceiling, close blast zone. It's just good for him. So good spacing versus Falcon is actually very similar to good spacing versus Fox. in that you have like you want to be like slightly outside of his his nair in place, and then after that, yeah, like everything. Then you either, yeah, you just like once you're there, you just kind of like do whatever. Nice edge guard. Beautiful.
That back air actually would have been bad for me if it hit.
It's okay. There's such a thing as good enough. I get the sense that you might be a bit of a perfectionist.
Nah. Trying to think of the perfect response. Give me a sec.
When he lands on that platform, up air instead of nair. At like those mid percents, like 50 to like 70, because you can then pop him up and just like continue and do like a corner carry style combo.
Back air, yeah.
Love that you knew to do the weak hit into strong hit there.
I love weak hits. It's like my favorite thing about the game.
They're a fun little DI They're like fun for DI manipulation. That's it. I really like them too. I mean,
yeah, I'm really not. That guy felt like he was maybe having a bad time.
Easy clap. So, you liked not. So I can see why you're comfortable in that one, because yeah, you just kind of like bulldoze him back, which makes sense. I am excited to keep working with you. I think that the biggest thing I would say is, my suggestion is try to figure out where some of those other ranges you want to be at against other characters would be. I will give you a clue as to figuring out what it is. What I would suggest is try to think about what their like main footsie tool is. Like when they're doing like when they're poking around, trying to like figure out how to get in on you, try to figure out what their efficient tools are for doing that and structure it around that. So for Marth, I would say it's his down tilt. For Sheik, I would say it's her forward tilt and short hop fair, like those two. And try to like figure out name what they are for the other characters on your own.
And this is just like their most polarizing option, like in neutral.
Yeah, like their most effective, like what their most effective neutral tools are against you, and then try to like pick out the longest one and try to play around, like play just outside of that move as your like general space, as where you're like structuring your spacing, because that's really one of the big important things to be good at with a character as slow as Peach, because you need to be able to like play inches away from those moves so you can punish, because you don't have the freedom of like the movement to be able to just whiff punish them when your like spacing is clumsy, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So the other thing I would say is continue to work on using your dash attack, your grab, your float aerial, nair, and up air into jab 1, 2, jab 1, jab 2, jab 1, 2, and like grab or jab grab. Like basically just we need to use more grab in our play.
Okay.
More grab. And the other thing I would say that I've noticed is missing is we don't really have much FC aerial into down smash. Can you tell me a bit about that one?
I think I used to do it, and it got to the point where I was like, whenever I would get either like maybe tilted or lost or desperate, I would constantly spam down smash, and I had to like walk that back and try and like stop doing that, and I think maybe I went too far in the other direction of like avoiding using it.
Yeah, this feels, that makes sense. So this feels like an overcorrection. So like here's the thing. So let's list some of these off. So I would say big things. So big things, focus on create spacings around versus other important characters around their main neutral game tools. And then bracket, if something isn't if you create one and it isn't working, even with revisions, let me know. We'll workshop it.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this is I make myself available for follow-up questions directly related to this kind of to the content we covered today. So like if you're like, yo, I'm fighting like Falco and like it doesn't make sense, Yeah, like that definitely counts because we're talking about like neutral game spacing against like their primary tools. So absolutely counts. So the other thing I would say is FC aerial into D smash, grab, mix up, missing. There's an over reliance on jabs, but I would say that I would also say that FC aerial into wait. Mix up, missing. So what that means is like it's kind of like the you kind of graze the edge of their shield and like land, and then kind of dash dance, and then we can actually clarify dash dance, standing, etc., etc. And the reason that
I think I just really need to work on spacing. One thing I find interesting is if you look at the game I just played against the Falcon, it felt impossible to lose, honestly. And so even for the first match, I was messing around with some ideas, I think, at certain points. And it's like in those situations, I feel like I should be empowered to be more aggressive and like really take space and like get up in their shit. And I'm not even doing it there. So I really kind of want to work on that so where I just want to optimize that. Like I want to be as aggressive as possible, given the constraints of the character.
Yeah. Versus so let's do taking space and establishing stage control. Stage control, that can be like our fourth one because I also have intercepting falling opponents with nair, bear, and up air because that's pretty important. But yeah, taking space and establishing stage control as a higher priority in combat versus passive style. No, especially versus passive styles.
Could I have a goal, between like now and our next session of any kind, or is it just like take note of these things and work on them?
What would you like your goal to be?
I don't know. It was kind of an interesting thought. Right now, my rating after that game is exactly 1400. So, I mean, maybe pushing for like 1500 would be neat. I think it's doable.
Yeah. Would you like that to be a formal goal?
I mean, yeah. Why not? Because if I fail to do that, then we can kind of reflect on why. One option might be I might not actually have enough time to play, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so let's get you to 50. Let's get those. I'm gonna put that as the 5th item, so these are ordered. So I would say like the first 4 are definitely the things I would like focus on as your way to get there. But let's also try to get to 1500 elo as part of working on these other concepts.
Hell yeah!
Perfect. I love it. We've got a plan, and I think that having something a bit more tangible and concrete to work towards also makes a ton of sense. Do you think you'll need anything from me before I call it a day here? Or and do you have any feedback for me on like what I could be doing better to support you, or just anything like that?
No, I think it's awesome. I think this kind of I don't know if relationship is the right word, but like this kind of relationship is kind of what I've been looking for. I think just like having somebody who cares about the game and like understands the game and is intelligent and thoughtful that can kind of help peel back the layers of just kind of brute force stupidity that I'm throwing at the game. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep working with you.
Perfect. And like with all of my sessions, this one will be uploaded to YouTube probably within a couple of days. So if you get stuck or want us to come back to it, totally fine. For our next session, I know that this is a lot of stuff that you're working on. What do you think about how we should space these apart? Do you want to do weekly? Do you think that bi-weekly is good? What works for you?
Yeah, it's up to you really. I guess whatever you think makes the most sense.
You know what? I would normally say let me just take a look at next week. So what do I have then? Why is it not populating? Okay, cool. So you're at 1 to 2. Let's check in again next week between same time. If that works for you. And then if we find that that's too fast, we can always scale back. But I think let's try.
I think weekly is ideal. Like even if I don't think it's too fast.
Perfect. Then let's plan for weekly, and I will see you same time next Monday.
Cool. All right. Thanks again.
No problem, Ty. Take care. And like I said, my door is open. It might take me a day or two to reply, but don't hesitate with questions. I am here to help.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks again.
All right. Bye bye.